So Donald Trump is visiting the Vatican. He's meeting the Pope, of course, Pope Francis. Pope Francis is seemingly far, far more progressive than other popes, certainly in my lifetime. And he's criticized Donald Trump's policies before, saying that a true Christian wouldn't build walls, he'd build bridges. And of course, Donald Trump has called him disgraceful and all that. But now they met, and Trump, good on him, started with telling the Pope, it's a great honor to meet you. All right, good, wonderful. The Pope avoided small talk in the beginning, but they had a private meeting for 30 minutes, which apparently went well enough. He came out smiling a little bit. And the Pope gave him a gift. It was a sculpture of an olive tree. And he told Trump, it is my desire that you become an olive tree to construct peace. So I love that. And obviously he's trying to send a message. With Trump, you really got to beat him over the head with it because he'll miss it. He's not that bright. But he's like, remember olive branch? So this is about peace? He's like, oh, okay. And Trump says, we can use peace. Even the construction of that sentence is funny. Like, not that, hey, peace is great and peace is wonderful and I hear you. We can use it. Peace is useful. Every once in a while, I'll use peace. Okay, all right, but I'll take it, I guess. Then Pope Francis gave him more stuff. He said Francis also gave Trump a signed copy of his 2017 peace message, whose title is Nonviolence, a Style of Politics for Peace, and a copy of his 2015 encyclical letter on the need to protect the environment from the effects of climate change. Trump said, well, I'll be reading them. No, you won't. Everybody knows you're not going to read those. I mean, first of all, the topic matter, but second of all, they're longer than a page. There's no way Trump's going to read them. If you guys don't know, the security briefings used to be fairly long on different countries and different conflicts throughout the world because it's complicated stuff. Nobody knew it was complicated. And Trump's, at first they boiled it down to 4 pages for Trump, but it was too long. Now they give everything to him in 1-page memos. And the page is, he likes graphs and maps. How much can you fit on a page? You think he's gonna read the Pope's treatise on climate change? Well, I'll read them. I could use peace. Anyway, at the end, hey, Donald, how did it go? He said, quote, it's a fantastic meeting. Like, I'm glad it went well, I guess, right? But the reality of the matter is that Donald Trump isn't going to read it. He's not going to pay any mind to it, and he's shredding the Environmental Protection Agency as we speak. He has cut its budget dramatically. He's threatening to pull out of all climate change accords throughout the world. He's put in fossil fuel industry lobbyists, de facto lobbyists, as the heads of all of our environmental regulation. It's an absolute disaster. And on peace, he's bombing all over Syria, not only Assad's government, but other targets as well. We've killed hundreds of civilians, let alone the raid in Yemen that killed men, women, and children, including an 8-year-old girl. So he has no intention of doing peace. And after the terrorist bombings, which I heard under Trump wouldn't happen, but there's Manchester. Now all the right-wingers are out there trying to blame other people for it. No. You said this guy would take care of it. He said he'd take care of it in 1 month after he was elected. Well, we're 4 months in, still happening all across the world. What happened, Donald Trump? And he said that if he just had said the magic words, radical Islamic terrorism, that it would all go away. Well, Trump was thin-skinned, and what happened? No, magic words didn't work. So we still had Manchester. So what I said yesterday, and I'm glad to see the Pope backing me up, probably not the order of things in the real world, but anyway, but super happy to have a Pope actually on our side and for peace, which by the way, they're supposed to be. And to be fair to the other popes, they were against the Iraq war as well. No matter what they were conservatively on other issues, they are for peace. They don't want people to die. They are actually truly pro-life. They're also against the death penalty, okay? So the Pope said, hey, you know what? Maybe give peace a chance. Because you know what we've been doing now? We've been bombing the Middle East for decades. And did it make the bombings here and all over the Western world stop? No, they have not stopped. If anything, they might have intensified. So war is not only immoral, and that's the Pope saying that, so he's a pretty good authority on that. If you're a Christian, especially if you're a Catholic, And that's the Pope talking. So do you believe the Pope or don't you believe the Pope? We know the war hasn't worked. We know, and he thinks it's immoral. But on top of that, it's counterproductive. So maybe try the thing that actually works. So wherever you've had peace deals, you no longer have violence. Egypt and Israel. And what stopped the bombings in the UK in the first place? The peace deal between the IRA and the British government. So the peace in Northern Ireland. And you go all across the world. You know what actually brings you peace? I know it's shocking. Peace. Instead, Trump says we're going to double down and we're going to bomb more in the Middle East. Guess what's going to happen? There's no magic words. You're going to have more bombings here in the West. And the Pope is right. And unfortunately, Donald Trump won't be reading a word of anything the Pope wrote on this issue. I wish he would, and I wish that meeting was actually constructive and it got through his thick skull. But very, very likely, it won't have helped at all. And all we'll have is more war and less action on climate change. We're not the Young Turks, you're the Young Turks. You power this show. Together, we built something amazing. We've broken stories like the Donna Brazil story the mainstream media wouldn't break. We built this studio, we built this network. It's now #1, all thanks to you guys. Let's come build it even bigger and stronger. tytnetwork.com/join.